What's up?
Hi, everybody.
I'm at Jean Vidich's house right now.
Yeah. That's what when we came on earlier. I was like, "What are you, John?"
Yep. I
What up,
texted
Stephen?
to Jean and he said, I'll be there in 5 minutes. So,
Spackle and paint. That sounds disgusting. What up,
what's
Matt?
up? Last week's guest.
Yep, that's a good one.
It
Learned a
was.
lot about Matt.
And we got a great one tonight because it's already
Yeah,
been funny
I've been
talking with
dying
him in the
laughing.
background.
He
So,
can, this dude can just talk, and I'm laughing like immediately.
which is
If y'all
great
thought
because
we, if y'all thought we was country, hold my beer. Like, this
this
is
is going to
awesome.
be an awesome show. So,
Yeah,
um, yeah, you got anything before we get started?
not really. Just
How's
grinding.
your week been?
Been busy. It's surprisingly busy. I mean, we started off. We had a couple of hell cards scheduled. Light enough. We've already gotten through them. Got a surprise hell card today from the one of my wholesalers, and then got some regular jobs coming in the rest of the week. It's a busy week. And some
Heck yeah.
U-Hauls.
Yeah, we
What up, Nick? What up, Nick?
I'd say the past, yeah, the past month, I finally picked up to normal, but I have a wedding to pay for next June.
God, that quick, huh?
Yeah, that's when they're planning it. So June of 26. But anyway, got a great opportunity to come work some hell. And like I told everybody in our 20 group and stuff like that, after going to your place, for 3 weeks, like even if you own a shop and you can get out and push hell, go somewhere
Come
and
on,
do that.
baby.
Or whether it's a couple of weeks, hey, baby, couple of weeks, couple of months, whatever it is, when you just put AirPods in and just push and not have to run a whole business, uh, it makes you appreciate the business when you get back.
That's what I do from 4 a.m. to 8 a.m. every morning.
Yeah.
And then the circus starts.
What's funny is I got there yesterday at like 7:20 or something like that, and the guys walked up and I'm like, yeah, I was up at 5:30. I was at Walmart when they opened at 6. So I get some snacks and stuff like that, and then try to come back to the hotel to eat breakfast, but they were late doing that, and then come in and I got to tell them about you because they thought that like that was early, like 6 o'clock. I'm like, nah, my buddy Andy gets up at 4 a.m. every morning.
I've been sleeping in about 5 now, so I'm getting a
Oh,
little
you
better. Yeah.
lazy,
Well,
you lazy.
there ain't been 30 cars sitting in the shop, so
Yeah.
only 4. So what up,
What's up,
Corey?
Corey? Well,
Yeah,
anyway, let's get.
I've been a little laxed.
Yeah, we'll go ahead and get into the show because
Yeah, it's gonna be
it's a
hilarious.
fun one. So anyway, so Austin Wood, he's commented on our podcast a couple times. He's kind of newer, I think, into the PDR world,
We'll find out.
but we'll find out here in just a second. So
He fixes door dings the right way.
Yes, Austin Wood with Woody's Dent Repair. What's up, brother?
What's up? Can y'all hear me good?
Yeah, we
Yep,
can
you're
hear you
loud and
great.
clear.
We can hear you great.
Good, good, good.
And
Sorry,
hit.
I'm that piece of cornbread they were just talking about.
Oh, there
Oh,
went your phone.
sorry.
Look at you.
I got my phone
Sideways phone.
on the cornbread. Coincidentally,
Yeah.
And by the way, everybody,
yeah,
that's not
bottle.
like some $1 million mansion. It's just like $1 million travel trailer.
That thing is
It
nice.
looks like John's background, like the
Super. It
one I
does.
had.
It's so nice.
Man, wait till you see his pool. Ridiculous.
Ridiculous.
Crazy. Well,
Guest
man,
suite.
I would live in his pool house
yes, yes.
comfortably.
Well, we wanted to get you on here, get to know you a little bit better. So, if you want to start us out, let's talk about how you heard about PDR, like what you did before PDR, and to where you are now. So we'll let you take it because we know you like to talk.
Yeah, absolutely. So thank you for that. It actually, believe it or not, was not my idea at all. Uh, wasn't my idea. Wasn't really necessarily interested in doing it. So I was working for Auto Group, and in Central Kentucky, Sullivan Auto Group, and I'd always been around the Manheim auction setting. I helped them manage inventory, things like that, and I knew what PDR was, roundabouts, but I didn't really know what it was. Um, and one day, just kind of out of the blue, they brought it to me. They pitched it to me. Stewart, my boss, the owner, he said, "What do you think about learning how to fix dents?" Like, yeah, sure, let's do it. And I was like, okay. And so he was like, "Well, find a school." And I was like, okay, well, talking to anybody about trying to go to a school was not happening. Like, I reached out to a few different people that I kind of halfway knew and whatnot. Everybody's like, "I'll just do your research, man." And I was like, okay, okay. Well, we were in Bowling Green one day and we asked a guy named Trace Terry.
Hmm.
I know Trey.
Trace a good
Oh,
guy.
great
I love
guy.
that dude.
And
Yeah,
he put me on a great training facility. I mean, he really did. He could have told me anything. And
Yep.
he put me on what I think turned out to be a really great option for me. Was
absolutely.
not disappointed.
Yeah,
So
And
from
and who
there,
wa- and who was it?
it's Gateway, Mike Seawald.
Yes,
And
okay.
sir.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna tell you that guy is I highly recommend him to anybody who's looking into getting into PDR.
Yep.
It's a
he's a little
good
north of Bowling Green, Chris.
and it's a good 6 weeks course,
Yeah.
which is a decent time compared to some. Some people do 2 week courses, whatever, but I feel like the more time you have, the more time you have, So
Yep.
Absolutely.
uh, when it comes to training, really, you're just it's a foundation that you build off of. They can only show and teach you so much. It's up to you to kind of take it to the next level.
Yeah, Rob
Um,
said you did well going to him. I agree. Mike Seawald, I've heard nothing but great things, and he's got that old Dent Wizard training. So I always speak highly of Dent Wizard's training, and he just carried that on into his own. So that's huge. Kyle Bracken, the Hale guy that I had here last year, did Seawald's training, and he was fairly new and he was on point. So I give a lot of shout out to Mike.
Yeah, I've ran across a lot of good people that were trained by Mike and stuff like that. And I mean, Mike's a no nonsense guy. You're either gonna do it or you're not. And if you can do it, he's gonna get you there, and he's gonna make sure that you get the best ability to learn.
Right. That's
I
awesome.
was I was I
Yep.
was tickled to death. But if it wasn't for the Sullivan Auto Group, uh, wouldn't even be a thing though. And how crazy is it, right, that it worked out because uh, I've seen a lot of dealerships try and go to train somebody, and it just does
Yeah, it
not
never
work out.
works. It never
It
Yeah.
does,
works. No.
like so. How
CarMax.
lucky was that? But yeah, right, right, yeah. But
Good resist.
because I was like, you know, before going to school, I thought, oh, I'm just gonna get a couple glue tabs. What I didn't know, I didn't know nothing about it.
You gonna go to Harbor Freight, get you a little glue pool kit, and
Well, he
just
told us not to bring
create damage.
anything. Right, right. And I get there, and he's got a whole tall wall of tools and
Hmm.
boxes of tools and tabs and all this stuff. And I can remember thinking to myself, man, how am I going to remember what's what when I need it? And that ended up being the least of the problems.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
the least of the concern.
Right, right, right. Uh, because Mike did not just teach you how to fix a dent, but he'd teach you how to tool bend and make sure you got good access. And he didn't really he was not a drilling guy.
No.
So
Well,
What up,
a
Edmund?
trainer should not be teaching you how to drill a hole
Welcome back.
and gain
right,
access. I mean,
right.
Mike's kind of like Don Cavanaugh. Don Cavanaugh doesn't use all his tools. I mean, he's got just about everything. And then at the end, you know what you need to order.
Yeah, I like
You
Mhm.
that.
know, to do whatever kind of dent repair you're going to do, whether it's wholesale, retail, hail, whatever it is.
Oh,
Did you
for the
know?
first year and a half out of school, I'd never drilled the first hole. He'd tell us, he was like, "Man, y'all are gonna be a bunch of flunkies if you're drilling holes." And I was like, I took it to heart. I was like, "Oh God, I can't never drill a hole. These guys
Would you
find
do
me,
like
I'm gonna
Kevin
get
Burke,
pounded on."
polishing it?
No, no,
Well,
get
I
it.
just
He said the first year and a half out of school he didn't drill a hole.
right, right. Yeah, it made
Yeah,
it give or take,
Yeah,
and I took it to heart. But that was good for me in practicing, learning how to get to the dance,
absolutely.
and it definitely was something that needed to be
yeah,
implemented. But
Don't let
then,
that drill be a crutch.
you kind of find out, you're not going to let dealer panel stop you 40
yeah,
minutes. You're
Yeah.
going to go ahead and drill that hole. You
yep.
know,
Hey, did you know this guy? When he was in Louisville, how you say Louisville?
Louisville,
Louisville. Yeah. Evan Torres, do you know Evan?
Evans. Yeah, yeah, I know Evan.
Yeah.
Know him
He
real
moved
well.
he moved out Midwest. So
Yeah, I hate he's
Arizona.
gone. Evan was my boy.
That's awesome.
I
Evan's
used to see him
awesome.
every week. I
Yeah,
think I think
250.
we started around the same time, I believe. I got out of
Oh,
school in August of 2017.
Oh wow.
okay.
And
Okay.
I don't know, and Evan may have give or take around that time period. I think we
Yeah.
were both around the beginning of our career.
Yeah.
Uh,
Evan, so that's the homie.
that's for sure.
That's awesome.
I
Well,
don't know. I mean, there's three homies right here. Which one?
Yeah. Louisville. Oh, Evan was two in 2016. So yeah, y'all right around the same time.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, and he ended up, Evan was that's one thing about it. You get to meet some really nice people along the way, and I was very fortunate, you're talking about John. I went to school with his son Avery while we were out there, and that was awesome because kind of up until the point until he came, I really liked having him in class because he was so competitive, and it helped me grow there.
That's awesome.
But yeah, the Willis family, Evan, everybody,
Yeah.
uh, everybody, Mike, everybody becomes family kind of.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely. That's what's
It's
great about
just
this industry.
the networking is really truly something special.
Yeah, for sure.
It's like me. I know I'd met John Willis like at MTE in the years past, but we actually judged this year. Like he was one of the judges I was too for Den Olympics, and yeah. So John's a great guy.
Yeah. Yeah. I went and I worked with him in 2019 and 2023. And man, you just couldn't ask for better
It
hospitality from a family. They are
it
great. Like they
it
really are.
and all the people that he has working for him and stuff are just so like I'm up here working with them, but um, e- everyone that I've met so far has just been great, and
Right.
it's hard to find that. You know what
Right.
I mean? Like like I don't travel for hell, but when I do, I want to go somewhere and to somebody that I trust
Yeah.
and friends that are mutual friends between us, have that trust. And if one trusts him, then I trust. You know, I'm not telling you where I'm at, Chris.
He just told you who he's working for, so
Yeah, I
a
mean,
quick
but
research.
I mean, I don't mean nothing, but
Top secret
uh,
swirl shit.
Yeah.
so anyway, so you're out of school and all that. Did you just automatically go and start your own business or what?
That's where I got really lucky. I was able to pretty much service all this Sullivan Auto Group, and at the time they're big time. They sell like 20,000 units a year just through Manheim. So
Wow.
when I started with them, we weren't selling that much. We are still doing really good, but we've all grown together, and they just blew it out of the park. I mean, Sullivan Auto Group has literally doubled, tripled what they did when I was first starting with them. I mean,
That's
they're
awesome.
top tier, but that helped me get to the next level too, because I had every type of dent I could want to work on,
Yeah,
and I did. Like I actually love doing it. That's the thing about this is it's it's an art form, and
it is.
it's something that you can do that's satisfying for you, and you know, I really enjoyed it. So I'm trying to take it to the next level. Every repair,
Yep.
Yeah, you like
So how
them
do you?
smashes.
I do.
Yeah, I do too, and I absolutely love it. Like we were talking about this last week, that I, I just love doing it. Like it's going to be hard one day when I can't do it anymore.
I
I
need a
love the
smash closer.
I love the complexity of it. Well, I mean, that's just something that's just finishing. I
I
mean,
know, I
there's
hate it. Like, I love unlocking it and getting everything kind of right. But that last little 10%, hey, I tag in.
well,
Come get this shit.
That 10% is more like 40-50%
Yeah,
sometimes.
it is.
Man,
yeah.
you know,
Well, I mean,
like
that's just
it's
one thing when the money's right, and
right.
it's everybody sees Bryce Kelly's videos and stuff and thinks he does it in a day, and
That's just not the truth.
that's not the truth. And
There's
he has
sometimes
said it.
weeks.
I mean, well, just the finishing that can take 1 to 2 days. I'm talking about when everybody else is finished, he's down there. Same thing with me. Like I'm trying to finish this sucker out. Like I want it as close to 100% as possible.
Right.
That's where the longest part takes is that last what we call 20%, 10%.
That's
You
why.
know,
That's why Stanliner had the boost full at MTE. Like, Bryce Kelly fixed this in a day. Like, with these tools, let's go. That's all I need. I got this.
Man, I see some of those
Yeah,
dents posted, and
uh,
it's hard to think, man, if you post that picture of that before and after, you're gonna have another one lined up just like it. It's like,
yeah.
man, I think I'd want to go. Does he ever do just a door ding? I bet
I doubt
he
it.
just blink at it and it disappears. You know?
Yeah. The door ding's created by a tractor pushing on a
Yeah,
four by
Yeah,
four.
yeah. Oh
no
No,
man,
good.
but it's great. I absolutely love it, and we all get tired at some point. Like it's a head
Oh
game
man,
sometimes. Hey, it's a head game sometimes, and we just got to take a step back, and you can kind of get refreshed and stuff. That's what's great about like MTE and just taking a break. And even when I'm doing big stuff, I was telling a tech this yesterday. I'm like, I, my dad as a mechanic used to go home. Like if it was something that bugging the crap out of him and he couldn't figure the crap out, he'd go home, he'd go to sleep, he'd fix it in his sleep. He'd come back the next day, and that's what it was. I'm the same way with dent repair. I'll go home and dream about that. I'll be fixing dents in my sleep, fixing that particular one, and I'll come back and look at it differently. I'm like, okay, that's what I did in my in my dream. That's why it's that's what's wrong with it. So it's but
man.
it's just something, man. It just draws you in, you know. Um,
Brandon has wet dent dreams.
I had dent nightmares every now and then. Like
yeah,
I'll take
yeah.
on some pretty nasty
The
stuff I knew I probably shouldn't have even brought in the shop, and then come time to do it, I get it, and then
oh yeah,
I I offered as a repair job, and then I'm just so picky, and next thing you know, I've done 9-10 hours, and then I'm like, here, y'all can just have it. And it still looks pretty decent, but that just stuff like that,
yeah.
that nightmare stuff, that's what you're gonna come into when you're doing that real nasty stuff. I mean, I've been uh I've been brought to the bottom of the hill a couple of times on some.
Yeah,
It's
they're
Hey,
just
just
look,
all
you,
part of the
rewatching.
yeah, I was
learning
about to say
experience.
you drummed Avery up talking about it. He said, "What am I?"
Yeah,
What
what
up,
am I
man?
in?
That's my
Um,
boy Bobby Light right there.
oh, you're Bobby Ray, so come on.
That's
Oh,
my
Bobby
brother
Light.
right there.
That's
That's
awesome.
awesome, dude. That's awesome. I haven't met Avery yet, but
Avery is such a
I
good
will.
dude. We have that's my Dent brother for real.
That's
Awesome.
He
awesome.
really is. Like I call him man, I'd love to be there with him right now, just but I'm doing this here, got a baby here,
Yeah.
got a little hell here, got to take care of, so uh
Where you from? Everybody's asking where you from. Amanda said Appalachian area. He does sound like
Central
it.
Kentucky.
Yeah. What'd you
Central
say? You're like
Kentucky.
2
Well,
hours. south of Louisville or something. Louisville.
Yeah.
Well, that's
About an
where you
hour.
reside. That's
Yeah.
where you reside.
Right. Yeah.
He's originally from, where were you born again?
Hawaii.
Yeah.
I say Hawaii. I was just gonna throw you
Hawaii.
for a loop.
Hawaii.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah. I was
No,
gonna say.
we asked him. Yeah, we were asking you before the show, and you're basically like a Heinz 57 dog. I mean, like you're from all over because your dad was Navy or whatever, and
Yeah. Yeah. We've been everywhere.
yeah,
I've been everywhere, man.
he
Yeah.
even lived in Chicago for a hot minute.
Yeah.
Fish
I went
out of
through it all.
water.
Yeah.
I see you talking in school with kids like, what the hell is he saying?
When they say Chicago hell, they don't mean hail damage.
Yeah,
The
yeah,
car's got
I can
holes in it.
see. You do sound like you're from like she said, the hills, like
East
north
Tennessee, East Kentucky.
or western North Carolina, like that bottom, like hellfire, you know.
Oh man, that's
Chris said when
funny.
you get Chris said
You
when you
don't
get your
even.
stuff knocked out, you can come up to Southern Indiana. He's got tons of work.
Oh man, yeah. Well, come on up. We hey man, I'm sure he's in the same boat I am. It's we that pretty much northern side of Kentucky, southern
Yeah,
side of Indiana got smacked there for a couple
Yeah.
days. And I can't remember how many years they said it was over there, but it was a bunch. I got lucky this year. I'm not. I've got a big wholesale account I've been working on. They've had like 20, almost 30 some units that I had to fix in the last couple of weeks, and then I've been working with another local guy. That's man, he's been a real blessing in
who is it?
the same area. Ricky Sperling.
I know that
Ricky
name.
Ricky's been doing it a long time. He's definitely the goat around here. He's the man. I mean, uh,
Damn,
but
Chris.
before who's it? Chris who?
Chris
Chris Worrell.
Worrell.
He got hit 2 times. He had to redo 50 or so estimates. God, dog.
Oh
That
man,
sounds horrible.
I
That's the
know.
worst part of a hailstorm.
I
Like,
know.
let's do it twice. We love it so much.
Goodness.
yeah. Now is Chris? Is he like Southern Indiana area?
Yeah, he's over
Yeah.
close to
Yeah, yeah,
Glywell.
yeah. We're just pretty much Ricky's place is like central Kentucky, just dead smack, so about an hour south of Louisville.
Ain't
Yeah.
bad.
But Louisville got hit too.
I love hearing it.
Yeah. Louisville got
Law,
hit.
Louisville.
Louisville. Louisville.
Man, y'all are gonna be calling me just to hear me, ain't you?
I am.
Yep.
I'm gonna be working on the big dent back here trying to finish it pissed off. I'm like, let me call Austin real
Oh,
quick.
goodness.
Say Louisville.
Hey, y'all be quiet. Y'all be quiet. Listen to this guy.
Yeah, we'll put you on speakerphone.
Yeah.
I don't know. You ain't met JJ. He's a pretty country too guy I got working here. You can
I
see him
swear
some of his head.
I don't like I'll try to straighten it up too. Like I'm like, oh,
I can't either.
But
you know.
I get it.
none of us think we have an accent. Like I don't
Right.
think I have an accent. And then you go northern people, and they're
Oh
like,
man, it's the
"You
first
from the
thing they pick
South?" I'm
out.
like,
You
"Yeah,
ain't from around here.
you ain't from around here, boy."
Yeah.
That's like probably people in the hallway right here because this desk is right next to the door. They're probably hearing me
Oh,
talk.
Especially with
you
your
get the
AirPods in, you
call.
don't know how
I
loud
know
you are. And
I'm pretty loud. I can hear myself echo off the wall right here.
say it with rocks in your mouth. Louisville.
Louisville.
We just have a whole podcast about Louisville.
Oh, yeah.
Oh goodness.
So you mainly wholesale then? You
No,
got
so actually, last couple of years, I've been doing a lot of retail. Just
okay.
trying to push a lot of retail and body shop stuff. But you know, and one thing I'm beginning to learn is it kind of takes a little bit of everything. You gotta, you
Yep.
can't just rely on one. You can't rely on just dealer work. You can't rely on just tail work. Of course, you can't rely on just retail work. So I pretty much just follow the money wherever I got the best work at for the day. That's where I'm headed.
Well,
Yeah,
that's
don't put
good.
all your eggs in one basket. You know, we're
Yeah.
mainly retail with a really good wholesale account. So hey,
Same.
speaking of devil, this is I'm talking about
JJ,
you being
What
country. This
up?
dude's country too.
I didn't know he could get on Facebook.
Oh yeah,
I'm gonna have to friend him.
he creeps on it. He's watched the show, but he won't ever comment. I'm like, why are you being weird, bro?
JJ, what's up, brother? I miss you.
I can't
Yeah,
see the comments because I'm over here.
yeah, your
I'm
little
working off my
phone.
phone.
We'll
Yeah.
try to
I'll have
read
to
them out
check
for
it.
you.
I'll have to check it up afterwards. I'll be commenting
J-
to people after the show, I
They
guess.
just put some laughing emojis up, so there you go. You got that one covered.
JJ's famous now. He's on like TikTok and all that from Dapper Dent Repair. Y'all
Yep,
made
he
him famous.
finally gave him a speaking role. I'm
Yes,
That's
JJ.
right.
I'm gonna buff this bumper.
Oh yeah, man.
He did good. He got out of his comfort zone a little bit, so we'll work on him a little bit. He'll get comfortable with it.
Man, it's always weird doing videos, isn't it? I
Nah,
mean, especially
he
when you
gets
I
first
mean,
easier.
start.
it was
I
in the
guess.
beginning. It was in the
Right.
beginning. Even doing the podcast was like strange in the beginning. Me and Andy
I
are
think
like, what do we do
everybody's
with
got that.
what do we do with our hands? You know, but
Right. Yeah.
Man, so he won't
Like,
watch his own video.
or like the girls that sell
That's JJ.
online yard sales. They keep flicking their hair. The nervous ones, you know.
well, at least he don't have the. He does kind of have like the. He's got longer hair,
He does. He's got a mane.
but he wears a hat though. He can
Yeah,
do
he'll
like
just
Justin Bieber where he slings it to the
flows
side
out.
all the time. I
He's
can't do
supposed to
that.
have. He's supposed to get a cut last night, but I guess that fell through. He's working on other things.
Where'd Stefan meet JJ at?
He came to the shop. Stephen did.
Oh, okay.
Chris has asked if you do any motorcycle fenders or tanks. That has been good money maker for me. Y'all can have that shit.
Yeah, I don't.
No.
Yeah.
I don't, man. Anytime I get somebody calls me with a motorcycle dent, I mean, I tried to do it a couple
Send them
times.
my
Like, you know
way.
what? I'll try it. I'll try it. You know, whatever. And I'll tell them a price, and they act like you smacked them in the face. So I just don't want it. Apparently, the Kentucky
Just
bicycle market just ain't it.
the bicycle market.
They can have all the repairs they
Just send them
want.
the Eagle Dent Repair. That's all you got to do.
That's what
They can ship
Eric
it to me.
Eric Emerson called me yesterday. He's like, "Hey, do you do motorcycle tanks?" I said, "No, sir. I love my shoulders too much." He said, "Me too." No
Oh
thanks.
man,
Goodness.
you can just
Y'all,
hook an air hose up to it.
JJ and Stephen, y'all get a room at the Gaylord Palms, Foreign Palms. I'm close to Brandon Schmitz. I'm saying Brandon. Sorry, Chris. Brandon's my.
Sorry, Chris.
He's been doing it
I-
longer.
Yeah.
No offense.
I actually have a tank vice.
He's working on one.
I know.
Chris
he
is
is.
working on one.
I know.
Now,
He's working on a bunch of stuff.
is that as far as doing those gas tank repairs? Do you have a pretty good success rate of being able to fix most of
Yeah.
Dang, I got the whole crew on tonight. Dan's watching too.
I didn't
My whole
know,
team watching.
What's up, Dapper Dan?
Yeah. Sorry, Chris. I couldn't resist.
So yeah, like they send you, photos and stuff like that, and the year you always want to get your make and model. The best way to do anything is go to eBay, look up that year, make and model tank, see a used tank. That way you can see your access to that spot. That's what
Okay.
most people won't do, and they always ask in PDR world and all this kind of stuff. Like, do I have access to the spot? And Stephen Hamby, me, Grom, Tori Jenkins are all like, yeah, just go to. It's easy to search on eBay. You find a used tank, and you'll see if you have the access to it. That's the best way to do it.
Don't
Once you
don't
know
just
you
Google
have
don't just
access-
Google access hole though. You might find something you don't like.
Yeah. Well, very nice.
But yeah, like I've got one I got to do an estimate on. It's a early '80s or late '70s model Honda. I got the photos, got dents all over this sucker. They all look repairable, but I've just got to make sure I've got the proper access to it before I do an estimate. Because not every single dent can be fixed.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I mean, because they
You've got to have access.
Got to have access, and I just
And
didn't
I
know.
would not recommend glue pulling. because that's
Yeah, that's what
gonna.
I'm saying. Like I don't, and a lot of times they're
Mm.
pretty sharp dents. You don't really necessarily want to glue pull on them because you're gonna have to glue pull them
Well,
hard.
I can tell you, like Suzuki's, it'll pop paint pretty quick.
Like a Chrysler.
Harley is very hard
Yeah, the
paint.
Subaru.
Like, yeah, yeah. Harley is a very hard paint. I don't glue pull. I don't recommend glue pulling on them. I mean, you may have some success sometimes, but the majority of the time, you're going to get right there where if it's on a pinstripe stuff like that, that's underneath the paint. The later models. When we had Tori on, he was talking about even the newer models, the late models. The pinstriping is just like a vinyl striping under the clear. So if there's a dent there, and you try to glue pull, you're gonna pull that. You know.
Right.
If you want to learn more about motorcycle tanks, go to the episode 211 with Tori Jenkins.
Is it
Talk about the whole
211?
damn show. I don't know. I made it
Yeah.
up.
Anyway.
That was that whole show.
Bring him
I was
on.
Yeah.
like,
So hey, guess what? We're about halfway through the show. So what do you like to do outside of the? We got to get to know who you are outside of the PDR world. So what do you
Oh
like to
man.
do out?
Yeah.
if you say
So
hunting and fishing and loving every minute, I'm gonna lose my shit.
Hunting,
I'm not
fishing,
gonna
and
lie.
loving
Loving
every
every minute.
day.
I'm more of a whaling kind of guy, really. I do love hunting and fishing, but Luke Bryan can stay off my radio.
Absolutely.
Whaling and no, as far as fun and stuff, I do hunt and fish, and I bought a thermal
Hell
drone
yeah.
here over the winter, and so that's been kind of cool. I thought about getting into getting a pilot license, a remote pilot
Yep.
license, and just doing some other things too.
Do like search and rescue or something.
Yeah, just kind of be cool just to be able to do really.
Yeah.
You think we just got flooded really big time, and there was several places that they were needed.
Yeah.
Um,
My nephew
but
has the FAA license for it. He does it for the fire department.
My father-in-law got his. He loves it.
Yeah.
oh man, they're awesome. I got mine right before the ban or whatever. I guess DJI or something is having a hard time importing or something or
Yeah.
whatever. But I got a good one. But
Well, Kentucky's
yeah,
a
but
good hunting area that there's a lot of hunters that will, hey, I
there
can't find
is.
my deer. Where you go? That's gotten
That's how it
really
started
huge
for
right
me.
now. Yeah.
That's how it
Since
started.
they're flying drones, it's not real drone or real airplanes.
I shot what would have been my biggest buck. I mean, it was huge. It was a
Yeah.
really big deer. I shot it like 300 yards, and all I did was blow its leg off. This thing took off running after I hit it, and its legs just doing a windmill.
That
And
was my
so,
very first deer I shot. I did that.
oh man, it happened. I was like, that don't look right.
That deer can
And me
dance.
and
He can
my
do the
buddy
windmill.
Big Mike, yeah. Oh man, I said we need to give him a minute. So we come back a couple hours later, and it was still
Oh
alive. Well,
goodness.
long story short, I had to hire a couple of drone companies to come out and see. That old thing was tougher than woodpecker lips. It's lived like 3 or 4 days, you know.
Did you find it?
Yeah, but it was still alive.
Were you
So
able
you
to
can't
shoot it
mess with
again?
it.
Uh,
Yeah, no, you can't pursue with them. So
I
I
figured you put them out of
respect
their
all the
misery. Like
laws.
I figured you could just put them
What
out
is
of their misery. Like if
Yeah,
they're that bad
I mean
off.
you would think, but see, it happened last day of modern gun too.
oh, okay.
So I put
So
a
you were
300
done.
yard shot on him with that 308, and then kind of if you was gonna go chase him, you'd have to do it with a crossbow. And I mean, he
Or
was running wide open still that second and third day after. So
just
it's just
waving
crazy.
that one
Yeah,
arm like
yeah,
this.
just like full
Hi
tilt.
y'all. You can't
Yeah.
kill me.
Oh goodness.
I bet you
Oh,
didn't even call the drone people like, man, I'm embarrassed to even call him. I didn't shoot him right. They got
ain't
a
gonna
leg
lie.
flailing running around.
I thought I had a blood trail for a couple hundred yards. I mean, I thought for sure there wasn't no way this deer was living. And I mean, like I said, in rut, they're just so tough. I mean, they really
Yeah,
are
they
underestimated.
are.
But
That's like the
yeah,
one I
the
shot
one that
this
got
year.
away.
Yeah, the one I shot this year, he was quartered away from me, and I put it right behind that shoulder. Of course, it went through, but he didn't bleed 5 drops. And I'm like, I'm by myself. I couldn't. I mean, he didn't go 40 yards in the woods, and there he was, but his back was turned towards me. He was laying on the ground, so I couldn't see him. It was right at dark. And
Right.
finally found him. Yeah. But, I mean, didn't bleed any until where he laid down at.
Well,
That's
them
hard.
those drones are so much more efficient too, right? Because if you got a deer that you've wounded, you don't want to track it with a dog because your dog's gonna run it out of its bed, you know.
Yeah. Yep.
He
And
just tried to
that
call me. I was like, "What are you doing?" It's like, you know me.
Well, I don't know. We haven't been very consistent lately
You're
on
right.
Wednesday shows, so
Yeah.
it's anyway. So yeah, a dog will run it out of his bed, and the drones are that's pretty cool, man. I've watched several videos on it, and you
man,
can
it's
tell
crazy how accurate
what's
they are
what.
too.
Yeah,
Yes.
Yeah.
You take, used to it take you maybe 30 minutes to a couple hours, sometimes to find a deer, and now you can find one. Mine was almost a mile away, and we found it in less than 5 minutes,
That's crazy.
dang,
from takeoff to
yeah.
finish, just to where it was found. And I seen that, and I was like, man, I'm gonna tell you what, I saw it, and I was
Oh,
like, I gotta have it.
Yeah.
I
yeah.
just,
How much was that one with the infrared?
uh, so it was hard to, they advertise them, you can get them for like 6,500, but you couldn't at the time I bought it because they were all being bought up by like the Ukrainians,
Damn.
I guess,
Oh,
Oh wow.
for the drone
yeah.
warfare, and
I didn't know nothing about that. That's crazy.
I finally found one, and I had to get to my house. It's like $7,500.
Damn.
Jesus.
Used to you could get like a spotlight and everything with them for like 64, but mine
Inflation.
just yeah yeah
That's wild.
it
Bow
is. It's
fishing.
pretty cool.
Ain't never done no bow fishing.
Man, I've been and I've actually hit some stuff. I've got a good buddy of mine whipping a gar with a stick. It's a pretty funny video. We got to put it down afterwards, I guess.
I
Whooping
know.
a gar with a stick.
Oh man, I mean you can only imagine.
We we always I just take 22 down there and try to shoot the gar or mullet, and they look like they're right on top of the damn water in there. By the time the bullet gets there, it's like.
Probably a lot of mullets in Mobile, Alabama, aren't there?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I'd say it's just like here.
I ain't never heard of
Mississippi
mullet.
waterfall.
The guy with the mullet trying to get the alligator gar in the water up
Here
there.
you some bitch.
No, I
Yeah.
always try to shoot him with 22 and never could hit him. It's crazy.
What else you
Now,
like doing?
oh, just man, I'll tell you what, I ain't had a chance to do too much the last couple of years other than work. But man, when I get some time off, I really enjoy getting on the river.
Yeah.
Yeah, John boat, where I like to fish and stuff like that.
What river
Uh,
runs up there through y'all?
we got the Ohio River, and then we've got several barren Green Rivers real close to me. It's in my back door, and I highly recommend floating it. Uh,
I
I've been to
love hearing
several
you talk.
parties on the Green River, and CCR will sing about it as well.
Yeah.
Nice.
Even better to be floating to. But yeah,
Brandon,
pretty
Brandon,
much.
you remind me of
I like
Sleep.
to
Like, I
sing.
like the way you talk. I like the way
I
you
like the
talk
way you talk. You like
too.
mustard on your biscuit. Mhm.
Yeah.
Hot meat
Mhm.
kettle.
Yeah. I mean, you know what? What's everybody, doing that it's
Oh,
semi cool, riding razors, fishing,
You got a
fishing,
no.
razor?
hunting, loving every day.
Right.
Yeah.
Uh
You got a razor?
no, I don't. I'm not that cool yet. Um I man, I had a pontoon a couple years ago. I sold it. Uh And actually, I changed my lifestyle. I sold my house and pontoon and everything, and then went and bought this farm, and then went and traveled and chased a little hell, uh, and just kind of been doing everything. Trying. trying to
Tell us
figure
about the
out
farm.
the farm. Yeah, so it's outside of Mumfordville, Kentucky, about 15 minutes in a little place called Monroe. It's 34 acres. Used to be a dairy farm back in the 70s,
Okay.
and now it's just a hunting farm.
Oh,
I,
nice.
I don't do nothing with it. I ain't no farmer. I ain't letting nobody crop it. I mean, it just, it ain't worth nobody being over here. It's
Yeah.
34 acres. But it's worth a piece of mind just not to have anybody over here, really.
Right.
Uh, but, and the reality of it is just another investment
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
They ain't
that's,
making no more real estate.
they're not. And with everything that we've got coming on industry wise over here, it's not crazy to think that, in 10, 15 years that this place is starting to
Gonna
look a
be
little
worth a
bit
lot.
higher on the numbers. Yeah. And
Hmm.
so just kind of been working towards getting some, uh, getting some other stuff going. And uh, I've really, uh, I've really been
Well,
dialed in on the paintless dent removal and everything that I've got going on. I
Awesome.
haven't.
I see you reaching over next to you and stroking something. What you stroking over
Yeah.
there?
See if I can do this without. There's Ruby. And
Ruby.
Oh,
yeah, this is Rosie. She's technically not mine, but she's here.
She a
And
Malawal?
Opal. No, she is actually a mix. She is sit. She's a she listens well.
She's a
She's
pretty
a
dog.
German Shepherd. Yes, she is. She's a German Shepherd and a Pit Bull mix. And
Okay.
okay.
Ruby is a full blown lab. And then this one, she wouldn't quit dropping the ball, so I put her up. That's Opal.
Quit dropping the ball.
Yeah, yeah. Dang it, girl.
She's
She's
happy.
crazy. Yeah,
I'm glad
all
to get out
happy
of
as
that.
all get out. Yeah,
That's
yeah.
awesome.
She'll do
Oh,
that
God,
for
oh, good
till
grief.
she can't do it anymore. Bless her
You take
heart.
them hunting with you or anything?
Uh, well, so Ruby likes to kill squirrels. She's a good squirrel dog. I wouldn't say she's good at training them, but she just loves to get after one after I've shot it. I mean, we ain't taking it serious around here. We definitely eat what we shoot, but
Yeah.
I don't have no hunting dogs like that. These are just pets.
Gotcha.
If I sold these as petting dogs, somebody'd come back pissed off. you know, they definitely wouldn't have got their money worth.
I got some of those.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, I love them to death, but they just ain't it. I didn't
Yeah,
train. I didn't train them none. No, no.
that's all. They
But
all
My,
yeah.
around
my
you.
my German Shepherd, I didn't train him either. He's just, I
Oh,
mean,
doggy now.
he knows several things and commands and stuff like that. But I mean, I tell her, we've told the story a bunch of times. Like when I got him as a puppy, 8 weeks old, like I want to train him in German, all this kind of stuff. And, Noah is 9. And I'm like, 9. And the kids would go 10, 11, 12.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, that's not going to work.
He's got one German. He's got one German trait.
What?
What do you think?
He's an asshole.
What kind of customer comes in? He raises hell.
Oh, yeah. True. Oh,
We got a dog
God.
named Karma. Man, to try to train her, but you can't fix stupid like Ron White says. That dog is special.
These
I was like,
girls here, they're smart and they are really good dogs, but they I keep them inside during the day because I'm
yeah,
worried to death about them if I left them out. Just got a major road almost right here, and uh, you always hear of these nightmares of people shooting their neighbor's dog or something, and
Oh, geez.
so I just keep them up. I ain't gonna give anybody a chance.
I
yeah,
bet they're
Uh,
balls of energy when you get let them out.
they are because man, that's what sucks about what we do too. Because there's some days it's pretty long, So I
Yeah.
yeah,
sometimes you got to call somebody see if you can't help let them out,
yep.
stuff like that. They've been really good for me last couple of years. I'm probably gonna get them a boat this year. They got a Jeep Wrangler they ride around in now, but they
Go get
really
him a
like that
boat.
pontoon. Yeah,
That boat's
They
for
really
them
like that.
dogs now.
got just bought my dogs a boat. Yeah.
Oh
No.
goodness, I love it.
Paula
Yeah.
Wood. Who's Paula Wood? She said Opal.
That's Mama Wood right there.
Mama
Mama,
Wood.
Is
hey
she
mama.
watching, I guess?
Yep.
Yes, sir. Yep.
Yeah,
All
good
right,
to see
Chris.
you,
We'll see,
Chris.
brother. You know, it's a
Yeah.
family affair. We bring mamas come on to watch and everything.
Oh, I
Yeah.
know.
She's proud of the baby.
Yeah. Is that what she said? I bet.
No, I just
No,
made
she
that
just
up.
Okay.
said the dog's name, Opal.
Yeah.
But
No, yeah. So that's pretty much, you know, the hunting, fishing. Oh, we got bourbon here too if you like to drink. We got man, they're throwing up distilleries left and right. Get your fix. It's
Matt said you're bringing out the country, me and Andy.
No, that's all natural, bud. He's
That's
just
all natural. Now, so what we talked about before the show is like, I was like, you remind me of somebody, and I said Rob Dyrdek first, and I'm like, no, that's not it. So if you ever watch the movie Sweet Home Alabama, that's Bobby Ray right there. He looks like him. He sounds just like him. He's just not gay.
say she looks like sex on a stick. That's what he says. That's what he says on the movie. Amanda told me that. I was like, that's what he told
Uh,
Reese, I guess. I don't know. I've never watched it.
That's a great movie. We
Yeah.
watched it a bunch.
Natalie was watching it one night, and I was watching my phone instead. I was like, I'm good.
my mom loved that movie.
It's
Really?
awesome. Like we own it, but we
Yeah.
still watch it all the time. Like
Heck, I
when it
was
comes
pretty
on.
young. What year did that come out? Heck, I was pretty
Gosh,
young,
it
I
was.
think.
You
I'll get it
gotta
figured
get
out
you a
here while
tripod,
everybody else.
bud.
I know.
Yeah. Because I have a feeling you're going to be on a bunch of podcasts after this.
Hey, I'll come on them.
We'll make you famous.
I've been telling people this week,
Yeah.
if they want to reach out to me, they'll have to get me by email. I'm no longer available by phone, so
I
pretty
love
much big time now.
Pretty
Yeah,
much big
go through
time.
your agent.
Yeah, yeah.
Mama said we're a little proud of him. Good. He's a
Yeah,
good
he's
one.
good.
We just met him tonight, and I'm gonna be calling this dude pretty often when I need to pick me up.
So,
Hey,
so did
hey,
you go?
Oh
Austin,
man,
talk.
Did you
come
go to
on.
MTE?
Yeah, I went in. I can't remember what year it was. So
Well,
like
you got it.
22, 21,
Okay,
something like that.
22 then. 21 they didn't have it. 22.
20. Yeah, it had to have been 22,
So
I
it was either
guess,
2020 whenever.
because it was at the Rosen Shingle.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
22 was the first year back after COVID.
Yep.
And
Okay, that'd have been it.
we were Bert and Ernie. So if you saw Bert and Ernie,
I did see y'all.
that
I
was
did.
the
I saw a bunch of people that year. Uh, so I'm gonna tell you what kind of, and I really like MTE. Like that was super cool, and I always want to go every year, but sometimes it just doesn't work out. And
yeah.
I would go every
Hey,
single year if I
turn your
could.
camera up just a little bit where you can see you. There
Oh,
we go.
sorry. There
Oh,
we
you're
go.
good.
Let's see this. Man, sometimes I just really like I like to go to
There you go.
Yeah.
So
So
what about it?
uh I like the networking of it, meeting everybody. Like it's kind of like, it's like our version of what is it, the Emmys or the Oscars or whatever, you get to meet
Pretty
all
good.
these
Yeah,
famous
there you
Yeah,
dead
go.
people,
famous
it's
dead people.
you see posting all this content and stuff like
Hmm.
that and these beasts. And then but another good part of it was I liked, it was the first time I was able to put my hands on a tool before I bought it. And
Oh,
Yes,
that was
couldn't
that's
buy
awesome.
everything
awesome.
else.
Yeah, and
Mama said she'd rather be famous than infamous.
That's pretty good. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, MT is such a great. Like I didn't start going until 22. Like,
Really?
um,
That was your
yeah,
first year?
yeah.
Now
I
see,
just,
that's when the DBAP stickers come out, I think, right? Because I got
Yeah,
one. Yep. And you
yeah.
may have handed me one at the bar.
Probably, yeah. Me or Kevin Birds probably handed you one.
You meet
Um,
so many people at that place so quick.
a little overwhelming
It
your
is.
first time. Yeah,
So we sponsored DBAP sponsored the '80s party this year, and so
I seen that.
next year's back at Rosenshingle, which is great. But we're doing a '90s, so we'll have the same band, the switch back to the '80s, but they'll be doing '90s songs,
Okay.
and it rocked this year. I mean that it was freaking phenomenal.
My buddy
So
Avery said I gotta go this year, so
you
I
You
got
got
to
to go.
go.
too.
You got
Hey,
to
another
go.
thing, you're close enough to me. If we do it again this year, that's kind of up in the air. But if we do it again this year, the toy drive we have here, that's a good time. It's a
Call me,
smaller
call
meetup.
me,
I
call
will.
me. I love being in stuff like that.
Yeah,
Anytime, guys, for real.
Smaller, so it's a little
it's
more
a
intimate.
fun
We get,
time. Yeah.
50, 60 people here and enough.
Yeah.
You have good conversations and everything. So yeah, I'll definitely. You'll have an invite to that. Order my Jinkos. You ain't
Oh
lying.
Lord.
I like what Jaeger said. Just like FaceTime with Grandpa. Hello, where's the camera on this thing?
I'm that guy. Yeah. I'll
So
be
I
ready
got
next time. I'll have the microphone, the
yeah.
circle light.
Yeah, so you definitely need to. We've done new DBAP gear
Hey, yeah, that's what I was
every
going to
year, but
ask. Do
so
you
last
guys
year, what's
are you
that?
guys selling that stuff?
Yeah,
Brandon does.
you can go on my PDRapparel.com and order shirts, but the
There's some
ones
good
we
shirts on
do,
there too, not just
That's what I
DBAP.
want is the shirts.
yeah.
I've seen the DBAT
Well,
shirts, and I was like,
but the MTE one for this year, it's not on there. So that's
right
you gotta get that shirt at
at the,
MTE.
and that's good.
So
I like that
yeah,
because it's like, oh, yeah, we were there.
and the hats too. So uh, this year's was like the MTV logo, but it was MTE,
Yeah,
the DBAT block party, because everybody knew it was the '80s. Well,
that
I've got to
like
come up
pink.
with.
Was it pink and blue or something like
Oh,
that?
it's pink, yellow, blue. I mean, it was all bright ass colors.
Yeah,
Actually got one behind me, but I'm not gonna get up and get it. Um, but next year we're gonna do one that's more '90s. I don't know if I'm going grunge or what, because '90s spread. There's a big gap and stuff. It's more like some of the '80s stuff in the early '90s into the grunge, and
just
so
ask, just ask Kevin Bird for a shirt. He'll hook you right up. Give you the shirt off his
well,
back.
I
what
tell you
guy?
what, if you come to MTE, I'll give you a shirt. You just tell me what size, I'll give you a shirt.
Oh,
Um,
I'm gonna buy it from you,
but
brother.
but we're gonna have I do hats every year at MTE the past 2 years, so this will be third year. So you got to get that shirt. We're gonna have koozies, stickers. We'll probably have banners like I had this year. Some we're gonna have more stuff this coming year, and we should have an actual booth this year instead of being set up in the Den Olympic arena right there. But you don't want to miss it. This past MTE was 7 to 8 thousand people, I think. Uh, the
Did
largest
was
we've
it?
ever had.
Where was it at this last time?
Gaylord,
Gaylord,
Where would
or
you guys rather
Stefan
have it?
said,
Gaylord
Gaytown.
Porn.
No, I'd rather have it at Rose and Shingle. Yeah, that's where
That's
I'm
what I've
glad
always
it'll
heard.
be back there.
Bandit
That's
said
what
if you
I
come to
heard.
MTE, my wife said if you come to MTE, she'll have a list of words prepared that you would like for her to, what she would like for you to say.
Like an announcer.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's probably recorded on her phone and then make a Dapper Dent repair video with it.
Yeah. Hey, y'all,
That's
look at this
awesome.
idiot.
Yeah, I
No.
know.
He sounds dumber than
Everybody's
hell,
gonna
but
think
he
you're
can sure
Bobby
fix a
Ray.
dent.
Bobby Ray.
Oh, Bobby
Bobby
Ray.
Boucher, yeah.
I'm gonna make you okay. I'm gonna make you a shirt, Bobby Ray shirt for MTE. So you got to be there.
I'll be there. I'll be there. I'm really
That's
wanting to go
awesome.
this year for sure.
You need to. Road Singles is freaking awesome, man. It's
I had
such
a
an
great
awesome
time when I
place.
went. I like they got all the restaurants there. You don't have to leave
Yeah,
if you don't want to. It's pretty nice.
I
yeah.
got you, Evan. You or Stephen, you can call it the Rose and Sprinkles.
Do you guys just go during the show day, or do you guys go during the
Nah,
whole
we're there
week?
from like Wednesday to Sunday.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yep.
yeah,
That's the way
that'd
to
be
do it.
awesome.
Yeah. And you get to go to Florida in the winter, so what better
Yeah,
reason to.
exactly.
I may go a day early this year and go down to Tampa and spend the night with Dad. I don't
Is he
know.
allowing that now? I thought the
I
house
don't
was
know.
off.
I'll just sleep on the dock in the bag back there.
He's talking about Birdman. Austin knows Birdman.
I've met him. Yeah, man.
Yeah,
I tell you what. It was. I've met Kevin at MTE, but I actually talked to him once as soon as I come out of school. I think he was running a deal, and I just couldn't do it with all what I had
Yeah.
going on with Solon. But man, I've always liked him. Just his what do you call it?
He's
Vibe
the
is
he's the
just
yeah. He's the king of networking.
yeah.
he is such a great dude. Him and his wife both. She
Oh yeah.
is
Carrie, we
super
love Carrie.
nice. Yes, absolutely both of them.
Man, he
When I
can't read
went to
his screen.
MTE, yeah, and I can't hardly read that good too, so I may have to practice reading some of that later, or just have somebody read it to me.
Well,
He says, I can't read it first.
it says I need for him to settle something, and I hope it doesn't backfire. Please say
Elizabethan.
Elizabethan. Don't
Elizabethtown.
say it first, Andy.
Too late.
It-
You see it?
She is
Had-
I think she's trying to say Elizabethtown, but if it's Elizabethton,
See? You said it right. You're good.
yeah, I see. It. Yeah,
We got an ongoing argument about that. She calls it Elizabethan. I'm like, no, it's
I call
Elizabethan.
it Elizabethan.
there's a W in it
There's a W.
for sure.
He
What
said
did
the
I
same way.
do? Like,
I don't know.
because I read it, he can't read it on his phone.
Yeah.
I'm the one who gets in trouble, not Andy.
Oh, don't worry. That shit happens offline. Y'all won't be there for that one.
Oh well. Oh well.
Oh man.
Well, man,
There
we're
is.
we're getting close to the end here, but
It's been fun as shit.
it's
My
been
face
It
fun. We
hurts.
has.
knew it would be. We knew it
Yeah.
would be. You know,
As soon as you
one-
came on, your first sentence, I was like, let's go.
Oh man.
I didn't even been friends with you on Facebook, but I didn't you never know how people sound, how people are until you either see them in person or like this. And it's like Andy said, as soon as you first said your first sentence, it was like, oh my God, here we go. This is awesome.
It's
This is
on.
awesome.
I was texting everybody. Y'all might want to tune in for this one.
Hey, I got the caveman on our podcast tonight. Tune in.
The Kentucky Caveman.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you said something. I was like, "Oh, you're from Kentucky." I can
Yeah.
tell.
It's
Kentucky
undeniable.
does.
I get asked about it. Man, when I went to North Carolina, everybody's like, where the hell are you from?
That's kind of weird too from North
That's
Carolina
weird
because they
too.
got
Yeah.
their own. Yeah,
They got a different tone, kind of like
No.
I can kind of imitate it a little bit, but
You sound like southwestern North Carolina, Robbinsville, North Carolina, Cherokee area. That's how you sound. Raleigh, Charlotte sound different.
yeah. There's something they say like I'm trying to
They
think.
sound like Northerners.
It's kind of like a more of a pitch too, like just the way
Yeah,
they throw a couple of words out there. It's like
exactly.
TC
I'm trying
Martindale's
to
from Raleigh. He don't sound like a Northerner.
He doesn't. It's
John
weird,
Willis has it. John Willis has the
but
the
he's not
north
as But he's not as
the
bad as
the North Carolina.
two of
No,
the other local guys I'm working with sound like they're north of North Carolina. It's crazy.
right.
Man, they
It's
say you
crazy.
sound like some of her family from Northeast Tennessee.
Yeah.
They don't sound like
Tennessee
Northerners.
and
They do to
Kentucky
Brandon.
pretty much
To
just
Brandon,
brothers.
everybody sounds like Northerners. You talk funny.
Stefan doesn't
Yeah.
sound like a
We're down
northerner
here.
compared to some of the guys I've met down here. So
Get
You
out of
sound
here,
like a
Yankee.
Yankee.
Yeah.
damn
I can't
Yankees.
believe we've managed to do a whole hour on just talking.
Nothing.
Like how people talk.
I think I've laughed more on this episode than I have in a while. So
Probably Nick Gill's episode was.
yeah, Nick was.
You're right up there with him.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah, I love it.
Man, we're right at the hour, so
All right, big
I'm
dog.
hungry. Yeah.
Same to
But
you. It's
anyway,
been a long day.
Yeah,
dude, we appreciate you coming on. big time.
Absolutely.
It was great. You've got my number. I'm sure Andy will send
I'll
you
message
his and
you.
stuff like that.
100%.
You can always text or call us, whenever. And
Likewise.
but yeah, it's been fun, and I really hope you come to MT this next year, 26.
Yeah. I'm
But
definitely going to get on the train. I told
definitely,
Avery.
yeah, definitely come down there. You need to.
Yes, sir. Absolutely.
I'll just message you my number too, so you got that.
Good. I'll be
Text me.
harassing you later.
That's fine. So I could call when I'm in a bad mood and be like, just start talking.
Yeah.
Yep.
Tell me about the good old days.
All I'm going to picture you talking to you on the phone. I'm just going to think I'm talking to Bobby Ray the whole time. So
Oh
now
man, wait till
I've got
y'all
every.
think I talk funny. I got some Amish neighbors down the road. Let's go
Oh.
visit them, put them on a podcast, see what they got going on.
Amish on a podcast. I am down for that. Let's
Oh
go.
my gosh. Whether they want to be or not, we'll just come in there, put the camera on them for them,
I love it. Well, no, we appreciate you coming
Yeah,
on,
thank you,
and
brother.
everybody who watched tonight commented. Thank y'all, and
Thank y'all.
I'll get these uploaded. I still don't have last week's uploaded yet, but
Surprise.
I know I'll be in an Airbnb tomorrow, so I'll get these things uploaded and
Word.
going from there. But anyway, appreciate y'all. Hey, don't go yet. We're gonna say our goodbyes in a minute. So
All right.
anyway, we should have a show next week, and hopefully, I just got to make sure I've got Wi-Fi at the Airbnb. But if we do, it'll be Scott Staten with Kiko. We will have him on, and then I got to talk to Andy because there's somebody I want to get on for the following week that we hadn't had on, and he's a friend of ours. So anyway, so hopefully the next 2 weeks we
Who
will
the
have PL. There's his initials.
BL?
PL.
Oh.
Is his initials.
He won't come on.
Oh, sure he will. I'm gonna get him on.
I've tried. He's like, that ain't
Anyway.
my cup of tea.
Nope, we're gonna get him on. Anyway,
All right.
appreciate y'all. Love y'all. See y'all next week.
Bye, everybody.
See y'all.
Peace.